Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Time of Possession. Um, it's kind of like a funeral here on the podcast this episode. We're all in very dark clothing. The mood is down because it is official. All three of our teams have been eliminated from the NFL playoffs.
Should have worn my
Um,
black sweatshirt. I didn't even think about it. Damn.
It looks a little. It's
Kind of does
it's
look
it's
dark, huh?
dark enough.
It's blue.
it looked
It's dark
that's
enough.
why I said that. I
Yeah.
genuinely thought it was. I thought it was black, but um, one game not so entertaining
Yeah.
due to the fact that um, my quarterback's ankle shattered into a million pieces, and one of them, I mean, again, just arguably the game of the year of this NFL season, um, in the Rams and Seahawks. We'll talk about both of them. We'll also react to the coaching hires that have transpired um, in the last couple days, and make our Super Bowl predictions for the Patriots and the Seahawks. All right, boys. Well, Tyler, I'll start with you. We could start with the Rams and the Seahawks. That was definitely the more entertaining of the two games. Um, Obviously, you've had a couple days to process the loss, but Seattle did defeat the Rams 31-27. How do you feel in the moment? How are you feeling now? And why did this happen? Because I have my opinion, but I want to hear yours first.
Um, in the moment, it was tough. Um, it's a close game. We've had good games.
All we hear is like it just.
Just like sitting down there, all pissed off, screaming like, ah! Yeah,
Okay. Sorry. What was I
you're
saying?
good.
Okay. So, yeah, I knew it was gonna be a really tough game going into it. Obviously, having to go play at Seattle, we played them really well throughout the year. Um, very high scoring games, another high scoring game. Obviously, so it was fun for football fans in general, I think, to see that game, obviously. In fact, probably would have been a better Super Bowl, looking at it at this point. But we say that about certain games every year, I feel like, so I digress. But you know, it was rough. I thought we had a really good chance at times, but then other times we shot ourselves in the foot. That fumble was huge. It led to a touchdown about 2 plays later.
Talking about
To
the muff punt, right?
mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yeah, the muff punt fumble. Xavier Smith got to be gone. There's just no reason to really keep a guy like that. Honestly, that cost us like that. And we've had that happen before in big games as well, like a couple years ago. Trying to remember who it was, but we had that kind of similar scenario. And yeah, that killed us. Obviously, we didn't go for the field goal. I thought it was an interesting choice to go for it on fourth down at the end of the game there. Although if we get the field goal and we don't get a stop, it really doesn't matter. We still lose by one. So, but I felt like we had a better chance to at least try and get points there and see if we get a stop. It was just a little too late, too little, too late at the end of the game. Um, but yeah, all things considered, like we didn't play that bad. Our defense has always been a problem this entire playoffs. We've played very high scoring games against not great opponents, especially like the Panthers. Just to bring that game back up, the Bears, same type of thing. Like we're in these high scoring, very close games. And if you can't get stops in these games, then you're not going to win. It's the playoffs, and I think defense was a huge issue for us, especially just not being able to get stops and letting Kenneth Walker kind of run all over us. And not crazy. I mean, he had a good game, but
He was very physical.
they didn't have Charbonnet. It didn't matter. Obviously, Halani. I knew Halani was going to get some touches here and there and everything, and he'll be good, in the future. But um, it was crazy that it just really didn't matter that they didn't have Charbonnet. Walker just kind of became that workhorse for the most part. And Sam Darnold played a hell of a game. I can't even cap. He played a great game. Had a great playoffs. He deserves it more than anyone, honestly, with just his career and his story and everything. The Vikings letting him go after a great 11-win season. What was it, 11 wins?
14
right?
actually.
14.
14. Yeah, geez. I thought it was more. Okay, yeah. Um, yeah, letting him go after 14 and then going to Seattle, getting a chance to now win a Super Bowl and everything. That's so huge. I'm happy for Cooper Kupp. Obviously, I love Cooper no matter what. Still, it was just really weird to see him score a touchdown against us. They got touchdowns from a lot of random guys. Jake Bobo from UCLA, who hardly does a damn thing,
Oh man,
through the entire
everything
season.
was hurting you this game.
It was literally just like, damn, bro. Yeah, exactly. Like seeing him get it, and then Cup and just they played better than us. I'm not gonna say they didn't. I really felt like they played a lot better like overall game. Not to say that we didn't give their defense problems, because we did. Passing wise, Kyron didn't really get going this game. That hurt.
No.
Corum was actually our main back that actually got going, and it was funny because they didn't really have him do a whole lot or give him a lot of touches in the Chicago game, and that was the opposite. And I think they kind of rode with the hot hand in the second half as Kyron didn't really get going like that. And that was a big factor because he's had 2 good games against Seattle in the season already in the regular season. So that hurt. Obviously, not having that duo backfield be productive together. And Puka did what he could. Devontae played really well. Stafford played really well. Like, I can't say the offense didn't play well. They did. Colby Parkinson's drop was huge in my opinion.
Oh
It was
yeah.
freaking right there. He was wide open. That was big. We needed to convert that right there. That was huge. But I knew on the last breath drive that we weren't going to get it done. There was no way. There wasn't enough time. Even if we had a Hail Mary chance, like it wasn't going to happen. He was out of bounds. I know some people argued that he was in bounds or whatever it was with the clock. But from what I saw, he was out of bounds and it wouldn't have mattered exactly. So, yeah, it's tough. It's tough. I'm trying to be okay with it only because I know that we have a similar team coming back next year, and we're still going to be good. There's going to be guys that we lose, I'm sure, but if we can just add to the secondary, I think obviously the secondary played well at times during the playoffs, but it's still a weak spot in my opinion. We have a solid defensive line for the most part. But yeah, we need better defense. Maybe it comes with the DC. I don't know if that might be a problem as well, just because we continue to give up 30 plus points to teams throughout the entire playoffs pretty much. So yeah, and it's actually kind of funny on the Fox Pick 6 challenge to like pick 6 different picks or whatever for the conference championship. Like I had us beating them 31-28. So very close. Just flip that in 31-27. Pretty crazy. But yeah, I was mad on Sunday, frustrated, obviously, emotional. But it's nice that here a couple days later, I'm kind of just, it is what it is. They played better than us. They deserve it more. I wouldn't say they had an easier road in the playoffs, but when you look kind of back, sort of, you got the Niners injury-riddled team, but they had to go through us. It's not easy.
That's what the bye is for, right? I mean,
That's what the
you
bye
get
is
the
for.
bye, easier schedule. So, I
Yeah,
mean,
no, all hats off to Seattle for sure. They played a great game, and yeah, they deserve it.
yeah. So there were. You said that about the Rams. They have the 5th most cap space in the NFL.
Oh,
heading into free
you're right with me then.
Wow.
We
Chargers
have
have the most. of any team.
Damn.
And we had
That's
a lot.
legit.
We had a lot last year, and we really didn't spend it. So I mean, we'll get.
Is that even after Tart still too?
I think it takes a little bit of a dip
Um,
after Tart, but it's an extension,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it saves a little bit of
So
money.
the list I'm looking at was updated last about 8 days ago, so it does not include the TART
Okay.
extension. Um, but the Rams and the Chargers are both top 5 in cap space. The Broncos are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12th, which
So
they
you're
still
like,
have like 35 million in cap space,
No, it's
which
still
is
solid.
you
Yeah.
know it's still pretty good.
you can
They
get
just
make,
got out
you
from
can,
under the Russell Wilson deal.
you can make a few
The Russell
moves,
Wilson
but
was gone. But
yeah, you can make a few
Yeah.
moves, but you have
Um,
to save some for the draft class, obviously, and whatnot.
yeah,
And that's the thing. What I do like is, there's not a lot offensively that we really need to address. We have our guys. We have good playmakers and weapons. Um, Blake Corum's going to be really good next year. Honestly, I feel like he might even take over the backfield.
So what you're saying
Kyron's still going to be
is,
a part of it, but
what you're saying is, Tyler, draft Blake Corum in fantasy next year.
possibly, man. I don't know. Like, it depends. You can't. That's the thing is you can't really know that until the season starts because that backfield is going to be kind of a toss up, I think. But
it's
um,
weird too. They could
knowing
draft
Sean
some-
McVay, he'll probably still have Kyron as the one. But
All right, I can
yeah,
already
we
hear
don't have a lot of issues, really. It's really just the defense that we need to address and maybe bolster a little bit. So yeah,
So
I can already hear the press conference. Like, you think switching to Blake Corum as the main ball carrier will be beneficial for the team going forward? What kind of question is that? What are we doing? Like,
what are we doing?
yeah,
like I don't know what
it
you're
gets
trying
a
to
little
ask.
snappy.
Like Sean McVay, like you just asked a dumb
Uh,
question. I have to get on your ass for it now.
The Rams are always going to be a backfield by committee. That's just how smart teams do it in the
True.
NFL.
These days, that is just
don't
how
have
it
bell
Unless
is.
you
cows.
have Derrick Henry.
Mhm.
Unless you have Derrick Henry.
Yeah,
True.
I said that don't have a bell cow, right?
But even
In
like
my opinion,
they
Go ahead.
rotate in Justin Hill and Keaton Mitchell and Justice Hill and Keaton Mitchell and stuff like that. So it's like
Rivers gets carries and stuff too, right?
Yeah.
Like
randomly.
occasionally. There's two reasons that the Rams lost, and those are the two biggest things that kind of plagued them all season. We know the secondary has not been very good, and Sam
Midfield.
Darnold tore him up, and Jackson
Mhm.
Smith and Jigba tore him up, and we knew that they had special team issues, and the one play that turned the game was a muffed punt, right? So if you're the Rams heading into this offseason, you need to get a real special teams coordinator in there. You can't fire your special. And honestly, when they fired their special teams coordinator with like 4 weeks left in the regular season, that should have sounded alarm bells for us.
That's true. You're right. I didn't
But
even think about that,
again,
honestly.
we don't really think of special teams and having as big of an influence in the NFL as over offense and defense and stuff, right? So I get why we wouldn't do that. But the secondary is where I brought up the cap space for this reason, Tyler. I think that
We have to go make a move.
barring Stafford coming back, right? Let's just assume he comes back for another season. Obviously,
I would assume so. Yeah, just by
it's
how
probably
the
going to
season
be.
was this year. I mean, MVP conversation, man. Like, you
I'm
don't
sure.
leave.
I'm sure his back is going to flare up near training camp, so he does not have to attend training camp. Wink, wink. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he'll be back, I'm sure. And then they have to spend money in free agency on the defensive side of the ball. You're not paying anybody on the defensive side of the ball. Everybody is young. Everybody's
That's one big
inexperienced.
thing.
You're paying
Yeah,
Puna
that's
Ford.
huge.
You are paying Puna Ford. That is
You're
somebody you're
paying
paying.
one.
True.
You're playing one. Well, you are paying one player right now on defense, real money. You need to go out and spend as much as you can on defensive players. Trey Hendrickson could be available this offseason,
That would be huge.
right? Jalen Phillips could be available. Adafe Owe could be
No,
available.
stay away. Stay away right now.
John Franklin Meyer from Denver on the D line could be available. I know that he almost sold in this game, but Reek Woolen is going to be a free agent after this year.
I
He
mean,
almost
you-
lost because of
Yeah, I
him.
mean,
Yeah.
you can argue the muff punt was negated
just-
by the Woolen sportsmanlike conduct.
That's
'Cause
fair.
Yeah.
they
Yeah,
both,
you could definitely.
Yeah. Totally.
Because the very next play, Puka scorched him.
Yep.
You know, you could go after Devin Lloyd and for being a linebacker. I mean, Khalil Mack's a free agent, Jared. And I know you don't want to hear it, but I think that's one that the Chargers could afford to lose. He's kind of old. You know,
Yeah.
he's not like
I'm
Khalil
gonna
Mack
just
anymore.
hey,
Used to be,
I'm
yeah.
just gonna say if Rams start signing Chargers players, we need to start having we need to start a dialogue. I'm going to start a dialogue.
I so that's like
You guys got one of ours last year, though.
Did we?
I'm pretty sure, right? Or wait. We took Puna from you guys. Yeah,
Yeah.
never mind.
you guys. Yeah,
I know we took Joseph Day years ago, but like that.
Oh, yeah. That was like
Russell
3 years ago
Wilson
now.
there.
Yeah.
That was like 2 or 3 years ago. And there was one other thing that I did want to say, and I did not think that it was possible that Sam Darnold could outplay Matthew Stafford in a football game,
Neither did I.
where they are both excellent in the game.
Yes.
If Darnold was going to outplay Stafford, I would have thought Seattle's defense would have gotten to Stafford, and they did not. Stafford was excellent in this game. They could not cover Puka. They could not cover Devontae. You guys couldn't cover JSN either, but
That man might be the goat.
Um,
He might be the goat.
Couldn't do it all year either.
He's
He had great
unbelievable,
games against
man.
every game we had. You know.
Yeah, shout out to my fantasy MVP, Big Money League, JSN. Drafted him in the 3rd round. Are you kidding me? What are you guys doing?
With Darnold too is like
That was his ADP.
the only good game that we ever stopped him was the game at SoFi when he threw I think like
4.
2 picks or
Like
something
4
or
interceptions.
4 picks. Yeah, jeez. And that was the only time where our secondary and the defense actually like stopped them. We played well. Every time we played in Seattle, though, man, totally
the
different
12s,
story.
man. The 12s.
That's why you get the ones.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, and fighting for the 1 seed and dropping out of it at the end of the season, that hurt us. That was big as well, honestly. Having home field advantage would have meant a lot more. I think it would have maybe been a different situation.
Yep. Yeah, that's kind of it as far as.
Rams Seahawks.
Oh, one more thing. I guess as far as the Rams coordinating stuff is, I know that a lot of their dudes have been getting interviewed. That really young guy, I don't remember what his
Clint
name is.
Kubiak?
Oh,
No, that's Seattle
he's
for the
talking about
Rams.
Seattle.
Rams. Mike LaFleur?
Mike LaFleur?
No, the guy that's like under him, like the really young guy.
Oh, he's like an
Frozen.
assistant to the assistant or something or whatever. Or he's like
Nate,
passing game coordinator.
I don't know what he is, but he's getting interviews, and obviously Chris Shula is getting interviews. So those, barring all of that, them getting jobs, like I mean, we're gonna talk about the coaching and who do you get for the Cardinals and the Raiders. I think that I have a pretty good idea who those are going to be. So I
Yes,
do
I have a
think
feeling I know who
that
the Raiders one is.
the Raiders and the Cardinals, I think, are both coming
Trying to get Kubiak.
very soon. Well, I think that we'll talk about it. But I think my point is, I think the Rams coaching staff is going to stay intact because I don't think Shula's going to get a job. So I do like the continuity there for the Rams. I think the only question you have to ask yourself is, are you going to be able to bring? Oh wait, Devontae signed a 2-year deal.
Yeah.
Excuse me, that
He has
doesn't
one
matter. One more year, and you got to just make sure Stafford stays upright and healthy, and that's the big
Yeah,
thing.
he literally. I think I've mentioned it a couple of times. You know, he said he's gonna play until Matt's done. So, you know, and it's something to be said also about Stafford and the receivers that he has elevated to be some of the top receivers. Like everyone talks about them as the top receivers. You know, Cooper, Megatron, Puka now. You know, Devontae. He elevated Devontae. A lot of people thought Devontae was done last year, and it was just like, okay, you know, he's just gonna ride off into the sunset. not gonna play again. Whatever. Comes to the Rams, looks like old Devontae Adams,
He might have
and that's
led
a
the
lot of
league in
credit to
touchdowns
Yeah, I
before
think
he, at
at
least
least he
before
was before he
he
got
was.
hurt.
Yeah.
Um, and yeah, 14 touchdowns. Like, all credit to Matthew Stafford and the year that he has had. And these years with the Rams, I've absolutely enjoyed it. We no doubt won that trade, and it's been amazing to see, obviously. Um, and yeah, he's great, and he deserves all the credit and deserves the MVP. I know Drake May's going to the Super Bowl now, so it's gonna be tough, but um, I still think he deserves it. And he had a hell of a year, and I don't see him calling it quits because of it. So
Yep. I agree. Anything
So,
else?
like,
We
just
gotta
looking at the stats again, man. My goodness,
like
374
a
and
game
three
of Madden, huh?
touchdowns, and then Darnold 346 and three touchdowns. Like, geez
It's literally like
Louise.
a game of Madden. It's like
JSN 153 and a tutty, Puka 165 and a tut. Like, yeah, absolutely, it's crazy. It's just like, man, put it on freaking rookie mode and go nuts on Madden or whatever. Like, jeez.
all right. Well, I guess we can transition into your game now, Ryan. As excited as you are to talk about it.
look, guys,
Oh,
I'm
we all
not
know. Like,
like I was I was somewhat optimistic going in, and I think I was kind of forcing myself to be that way because of the situation. Like we've never had a situation in the NFL history like we had in the AFC Championship game where a quarterback got hurt and then made his first start in 2 years in the AFC Championship game in Jared Stidham. Um, I think I mean,
he did
the
it
final score
twice.
was what was it 10-7, right?
Yeah, 10
Yeah. Damn, y'all looked good on that first drive, though, man.
When he made that one bomb throw to Marvin Mims, I
I
thought
was
we
like,
were winning the Super Bowl.
dude, same. I was like, they're winning. There's no
I
way.
thought we were winning the Super Bowl. I'm not even kidding. I was like, Sean Payton hyped Stiddy up all week and all that stuff,
His
and
record with backup quarterbacks is really good too. I saw, so I
yeah,
felt pretty confident.
and I was like, no one, and I convinced myself, I was like, no one has film on him, really, for the last, or at least like recent film. So it's kind of like an unknown. You don't know his tendencies now. After that first drive, I was feeling really good, and then Sean Payton on a 4th and 1. Number one, you're playing with a backup quarterback.
Gotta take the points.
Your defense is playing out of your mind. They're out of their mind. Like, despite the fact, like, New England had one great drive all day, and it only led them to 3 points. The other 7 was Jarrett Stidham fumbling a touchdown away.
Yep.
And it was 11-yard Drake May run or whatever. So so there's that part of it, right? Where the defense played amazing and
They dared them to throw on PS2, and he shut the heck down every single time, bro.
yeah, he shut down Kayshon Boutte.
Mhm.
And I like the game plan. It kind of showed the lack of receiver depth that the Patriots had. Like, we all thought they didn't have a good receiving core going into the season, but then I think Drake May elevated them in the regular season, right?
Yeah.
So, but it kind of showed him back him in the playoffs, and maybe, and then shout out to Drake May, just playing absolutely dog shit throughout the entire postseason,
And still winning.
Still getting to the damn Super Bowl. Ridiculous.
Must be nice, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But anyways, back to the 4th down call. 4th and 1. Sean Payton has Stiddy roll out, and he nearly throws an interception. Number one, don't like the play call. You're running a boot to the short side of the field where there's no space to operate. Stidham is not as mobile as Bo Nix. I would like the call with Bo Nix because we've seen Bo Nix be mobile and create stuff with his legs, right? So he can do that. Number two, you have a chance to go up 10-0 with a backup quarterback. You need to take the points. I know that we've gone so far in the opposite direction of going for fourth downs and everything like that. We need to kind of find a way to meet in the middle. In the postseason, it's okay to take the points because these games are going to be grinded out games. Like almost every single game this postseason, like it seemed like almost every single one was a one-score game. It's okay to take the points. 3 points is a lot of points, guys. And then after that, man, Jarrett Stidham fumbled the game away, and once the snowstorm came in, it turned into unwatchable football, and it is what it is. They special teams blunder where we had a tipped blocked kick. It seems like another thing that's happened to the Broncos a lot in recent years. A couple years ago against the Chiefs, right? Blocked kick. Leverage penalty. We've talked about that, made memes about it, right? And then another tipped kick where they line up a yard. The holder lines up a yard too close to the center, so it is easier for them to get through. Will Lutz talked about that after the game.
Yep.
And shout out to him for kind of owning it. I mean, he's a great kicker.
2 words.
With
Yo,
all that
when I
said,
Special
with them,
teams.
like I'm sorry, but it just like you totally would have.
we could have won that with Jared Stem, and the Broncos beat themselves. They had 2 turnovers. The interception by Christian Gonzalez was like, what are you even looking at?
Just lobbed
Like,
it up.
What are
He
you
just
aiming
threw it up
at?
there. It was like, yeah, it was not good. All that being said, assuming Bo Nix is healthy, I feel very confident going into next year. I feel very confident.
You guys sure a
I
lot
know that
more
we're gonna have.
picks this year.
I think that the Broncos have a lot to do this offseason, especially on the offensive side of the football. I think they got to get a real wide receiving core outside of Marvin Mims. I think Cortland Sutton's kind of past his prime, and I love Cortland Sutton, but he does have a lot of drops in key spots throughout the game. He added multiple drops, and he just
Didn't
can't be
show
your
up
number
much
one
in the
receiver.
playoffs. Yeah.
You have to draft a receiver. You can cut Evan Ingram. One of the biggest misses in free agency.
Dude, he
It's
was supposed to
it's a
be
huge
huge
miss.
for you guys.
It was
He
between
was-
my team and Ryan's team on who was going to sign him, and I'll take
Yeah.
a Rondé Gadsden, baby.
Yes. So not great signing there. The Jade Barron pick last year, he did absolutely nothing for us this year.
Rookie season.
You have to figure out.
Let's. I think we
Yeah,
still have
you're
time.
right.
We still have time on him.
Yeah.
The problem is you have to bring back Jaquan McMillan, who plays in front of him. So because of what he has done for this team, in the postseason specifically, it was an interception. Yeah, I mean, I feel really good. I know that Mahomes is going to be back next year. The Chargers are going to be better with their new
Offensively, at
OC,
least.
but there's going to be 3 teams coming out of AFC West again. That's how I'm feeling. And if we're in the tournament, we have seen Bo Nix rise to the occasion. He plays his best in the fourth quarter and apparently in playoff games, which we saw against the Buffalo Bills. I'm good. This is a better season than I would have ever thought, and I'm not complaining. So, I'm good, man. I'm good.
All right. I want to say this. I know you just said Bo Nix, plays best in the fourth quarter. In my opinion, you can't always rely on that. Like, just always coming back
I know.
in the fourth quarter.
They did have a ton of fourth quarter
Because,
comebacks.
dude, like,
this year.
that's not going to translate next year. The schedule's harder. We're playing
Not
the NFC
sustainable.
West, and we're playing the East. So, the
I
Chiefs
just-
we saw last year had so many games won by 1 score, and then this year they were like 2-8. I think you're not going to win as many 1 score next year, I don't think, because that's going to drop off a little bit.
tougher.
I also
schedules.
think that I don't think there's going to be as many one-score games because I think that
You
we
played so
have
many.
seen-
I don't think you're going to be in it a lot. But I also don't see you winning as many as you did.
No, I don't either. I just don't think that. I think if the defense stays the way it is, I do think Vance Joseph is probably going to get the Cardinals job. So he's kind of hit or miss as a coordinator. I think the defense will be fine. I think it'll stay really good. and I think the offense will take a step with another offseason. We've seen constant development from Bo Nix, and I think he's going to find a way to put it all together, which is what I'm excited for.
All right. Well,
We
now
have our franchise
now-
quarterback.
well, now the question is, who is your OC going to be since Lombardi got scapegoated pretty much?
He didn't get scapegoated. He sucks.
I tried to tell you he sucks, but Sean Payton calls the plays.
He's not. There is stuff going around on Broncos Twitter with Broncos insiders and stuff. A lot of people think that Sean Payton's going to give up play calling duties to Davis Webb, who is the quarterback coach for the Broncos. He's going to be elevated to the offensive coordinator. Davis Webb has been one of the highest risers out of nowhere, young coach. He's only 30 something. He's getting head coaching interviews. He's only a quarterback coach. So he's a bright mind in the NFL, and I'm all for it. Bring me Davis Webb as the OC. I think he can unlock a new level for the Broncos. So I have very high expectations for this team.
Dang.
What's up?
Said he wasn't that great as a quarterback.
And you know what's crazy? Most of the
coordinators that are good didn't actually
they're
play.
they're not.
Yeah,
You know,
they're a bunch of mediocre.
Yeah.
I mean,
funny, yeah.
take me for example, Tyler. I know a lot of football, but I can't play worth a damn.
I know. I'll never forget when I tried to have you play in the street and you're like, nah. Everyone else.
Last thing I want to do is embarrass myself in front of the squad, so.
No, yeah, I know. That's fair.
Right. Anyway, well, with those two games out of the way, let's go into the
You guys had a hell of a season though, Rye. I will say, I enjoyed watching you guys a lot this season. The fourth quarter comebacks were fun. Obviously, it was stressful. But
Unfortunately, I have to give you props.
My final thoughts on you guys, props for where you were to have the 11-game win streak and everything. And it was so unfortunate to see you guys not have Bo. Obviously, you'd be in the Super Bowl right now, I think, with Bo.
Dude.
Not to say that you couldn't have got it without Stiddy, for sure, because there were some bad play calls, no doubt.
Situational football.
Not taking the field goal was a very interesting
Yeah.
call, and I think same type of thing with us. It would have mattered more for you guys than it would for us because we would have still been down. But coaching decisions. It's tough because we have two of the better coaches in the NFL, in my opinion, and to have those decisions made in clutch moments like that is rough. But kudos to you guys. Hell of a season, and no one's really gonna care about watching the Super Bowl. I'll tell you that, man. Jeez Louise, I think they're gonna beat them by 30.
Oh yeah,
we'll see.
That's what you mean. I thought you meant by
We'll
no one's gonna watch because it's Seattle, New England, and I'm like, bro, what?
Bro, I don't think people are gonna care that much.
I think it's
just seeing the Patriots throughout this postseason.
The
dude threw for 63 yards or 86 yards, 10 for 21, and he ran for 6. He ran better than he threw. Drake.
Well, that's what won them the game was his.
That's
was
won
his
him
play.
a lot of games. Is him running.
No, that's true. He does have the versatility, and it's good and it's helpful, and that could very well help him in the Super Bowl, but not against Seattle defense, I don't think.
Yeah, we'll see. Last thing I want to say on the game. And you haters out there, you can fight me. I don't really care. The Broncos would have won the Super Bowl with Bo Nix. You can argue with the wall. We would have beat New England by 40 with Bo Nix. You kidding me? They would have held them to 10 points. Bo Nix is putting up 40 on them. That's all. Good. Move on.
Was the snow a factor? That was the last thing.
That was my emotional fan reaction. That's all. All right.
Do you feel like the snow was a factor in how that game went, towards the end?
I mean, yeah, it was, but it's the coaching staff's job to know the weather is coming and how it's going to be and how it's going to affect the game, which is why you take the points in that situation, take the field goal. That's all.
Yeah.
You said something in your fan
Stidham's
rant
just
there. You said if we had Bo Nix, if. It's if.
Oh,
it's
here we
if,
go.
man, you
Here
guys.
we go with the if man.
Taking
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. I just want to say the Charger Twitter people that are calling Bo Nix if man. Ours is if Bo Nix didn't break his ankle The Chargers is if Herbert would ever just play good once in a big spot. Like, and Bo Nix has already done that. So, if man, it's still Justin Herbert. Sorry.
If man, you guys, if man.
Hate to say it, man. But
Always
that's
some type of excuse. Okay. Coaching hires or what?
Yeah.
Is that what we're doing now?
Let's do coaching hires and we'll do our Super Bowl pick
Okay.
for last.
Okay.
We'd start with.
So really quickly,
Yeah, go ahead.
I was going to say we could just get the Cardinals and the Raiders out of the way. They have not made hires. I think the Raiders are waiting for Clint Kubiak.
Yeah, I think so
And
too.
then I think Vance Joseph's going to get the Cardinals job. According to the odds, Clint Kubiak is the favorite for the Vegas job, with Davis Webb actually being the second, which is why the Broncos are trying to elevate him to offensive coordinator, keep him there. And then for the Cardinals, actually Mike LaFleur is the favorite right now, followed by Clint Kubiak and Vance Joseph are kind of like the next two. I think it's going to be Vance Joseph, but Mike LaFleur is actually the favorite, which is kind of interesting. So see how that goes.
All right.
I want you guys just to give a letter grade for each of these hires. We'll start with the one that happened today. The Cleveland Browns hired Todd Monken, the Ravens OC. What do we think about it? In the process, they also lost defensive coordinator Jim Schwartz probably because he thought he was going to be the offensive coordinator. There's a whole bunch of drama, and he said, I'm out. So.
Wait, he thought he was going to be the OC as the DC?
No, he thought he was going to be Schwartz thought he was going to be the head coach, excuse me, is what I meant.
Okay.
They thought that he was going to get the head coaching job, but then they brought in somebody else. And the Browns thought, you could stay, right? And he's like, screw that, I'm out. He's still under contract with them, but he's basically like, you want to make this ugly? Let's make it ugly. Release me from my contract. He wants to be gone now. So another potential really good defensive coordinator on the market. But anyways, what do we think about the Todd Monken hire?
I'll tell you that.
Give it a letter grade.
I mean, the Browns needed an offensive coach because I just feel like with defensive, like you would need to then hire a very, very good OC. But I'm giving it like a.
They just had an offensive.
I'm giving it a C. Like they didn't. Because
doesn't move the needle.
Yeah, like if they didn't have Stefanski and then they hired him, I would have given it like a B. But because it's like I don't know what we're getting out of Todd Monken, and I don't know if it was his decision to not give Henry the ball in the fourth quarter in some games. Yeah, it's amazing. Like I'm concerned. So C, I'm just giving it a neutral-esque grade. Good, but not good enough.
Similar setup to Baltimore, where you bring in not as good a quarterback as Lamar, obviously, but you bring him in to pair him up with Shedeur and everything.
That's Pro Bowl QB Shedeur Sanders, Tyler.
Yeah, kind of wild. Don't even get me started on that.
Why this thing needs to be eradicated. Just stop doing it.
The Pro Bowl is just stupid, in my opinion. Like Rye says, yeah, I don't.
The NBA needs to stop. It's fine.
They're just filling the week before the Super Bowl. That's literally all they're trying to do is just fill it with something. And I don't know. It just doesn't make sense anymore. They just do random games and stuff. Like it's just yeah.
I remember when we used to have a throwing contest in the Pro Bowl. like the throwing. Like
those
one was
were
cool.
Fun. Like the field goal and the throwing and those were fun.
Here's my idea for the Pro Bowl. Let me tell you guys real quick. So you do a flag football game like they're doing, but you do legends versus like current players. So you know how Brady's doing like that flag football thing with like the Saudis or whatever?
Yeah.
You have Brady and Gronk, and then you're like, all right, Adrian Peterson, can you run a couple routes? You see Chad Ochocinco talking all this crap on Nightcap. Chad and Shannon, you guys get out there, run a couple routes.
They literally, he says he can beat so many people.
Like
he always be talking.
You get all of the people. Like Shady McCoy has that as doing that one thing, right? Get all the people that are on like the shows, and they're like the NFL legend team.
Yeah,
and you play a flag football game against like the real deal like people, and you see like, you know, you just have them like crapping on the legends for like 5 hours. It'd be kind of fun to watch.
Basically, yeah, because they talk all that crap and then they gotta put up or shut up. Basically, like.
But skip Bayless at running. Don't do that actually.
Oh my gosh. But yeah,
Anyways,
I will give it like a B minus C also. Similar setup with Baltimore, like I said. You know, you got a little bit of a mobile quarterback who's a decent thrower. I think he's going to get better next year, um, despite people hating on him and everything. He had a decent end of the season, not terrible. You got Quinshawn Judkins, really good running back. Obviously, they need a lot of receiver help. You can't roll out Jerry Judy and a bunch of nobodies. And they got two really good tight ends. Harold Fanner looks really good. Looks like he's going to take over for Njoku. And Njoku's good still, in my opinion, but he kind of faded away in Fannon's spotlight. So, yeah, I think, bringing in an offensive-minded coach, like Jared said, is a smart move. Just doesn't move the needle a lot.
I'm right there with you guys. I was thinking like C plus B minus, so I'm like right there with you guys. It doesn't really move the needle for me. The Browns are going to brown, and I'm sure they're going to they'll get a new head coach in like 4 more years. It is what it is.
They will still somehow be known as a defensive team.
The Bills
Oh boy.
elevated Joe Brady to be the head coach. The owner came out and was like, "Hey guys, I fired our coach because they lost that game to Denver, but also we got cheated out of that game because that was an interception. But I fired my coach just based off that reaction because he's been here for all of the heartbreaking games. But I'm gonna elevate a coach that's also been here for all the heartbreaking games, and
Calling
not
the
go out
plays in those too. Like,
and not go outside the building. So what grade do you guys give the Joe Brady hire for Buffalo? I mean, I like that he's an offensive coach at least, But
Yeah.
it's
yeah,
interesting.
what do you think?
It's just I just oh man,
I give it like a
guys.
D.
Yeah. Cuz
So the Denver Broncos are better.
okay. Anyway, it's just the
D
fact
for
that
Denver.
I mean, I know we said Sean McDermott was going to get fired if they didn't make it, obviously. But yeah, just firing him and then coming out and saying that, obviously not the wisest of moves. But it just kind of just shows the dysfunctionality that's kind of like in that like organization, kind of between owner and GM. Like so you fired the coach but not the GM. Like you doubled down and promoted the GM. So it's like,
Who hasn't drafted like anybody good ever,
yeah.
right? Like he has 2 Pro Bowlers or something like that, and like all his drafts had a 50 something players drafted, and also like it kind of makes you wonder how much do you think McDermott and Josh Allen have been like kind of covering up for this franchise?
Well,
You know what
let's
I mean?
remember,
Like,
like,
what kind of warts have they been covering up this whole time?
yeah. Let's remember too, like, Ken Dorsey was kind of the first scapegoat that got fired. And but then right after that, it was kind of like Sean McDermott's out of people to like, well, not Sean McDermott, but at least the owner, depending on who made the decision to fire him, was like, okay,
Yeah.
now it's on you, Sean, and now it's on Sean, and now it's like, how long of a leash does Joe Brady have? Because if they're just getting the same results, is Brady gonna be gone, or is the GM gonna be gone? Like, they're moving into that new stadium. Like, fans they're gonna be hungry, but it's just if they're getting the same results. It's like,
They've been hungry. Yeah, that's the thing. Is it's just the same story every year.
Yeah, this is their best
Make the
opportunity.
playoffs, and they had their best opportunity this year. And hate to say it, their star quarterback was the main reason. But it's weird. It's just kind of recycling. Like they're literally just like, oh yeah, we're just gonna promote him who basically had a whole hand in everything that's happened to this point. And he's calling the plays, like obviously
Yeah.
I'm sure Sean McDermott has some decision making and some of that when it comes to the plays and everything, but like I don't it just yeah, it's like a C. It's a C minus.
Uh, so they need a defensive coordinator. Do you think they should go after a guy like Sean McDermott to fill their defensive coordinator role, or is that on the board? Because they're gonna need a defensive coordinator, guys. Um, the offensive staff is staying in place.
Hey, we will swap them. I'll be fine. We could swap them.
I was gonna
I
say,
think
dude,
I
you
read.
guys.
I
Swap
think
Shula for
I think
McDermott.
I read McDermott's gonna take a year off from coaching before going back into the fire.
That's interesting.
understandable.
I could see him as like the Raiders head coach. To be honest with you, though, like,
That's if they
couldn't
want to
you
go
see
that
that?
route.
I feel like, yeah, that
He
if
wouldn't
they,
want to go that route,
they're gonna,
probably.
yeah, probably not.
After
Okay.
everything he's been through and all the playoffs and everything,
Well,
going to an organization and a team like that, I don't think so.
Oh, true, yeah,
I would
because
wait.
Davis has a short leash with coaches, so if you don't produce right away, you're done. As we
Yeah.
saw with.
Well, I would wait because in a year time, when the Eagles aren't good, the Eagles'
Oh
job
yeah.
is going to be Sirianni is going to get
True.
fired. So I would wait for the Eagles' job to fire him. Okay. This one made me laugh. And then I watched his opening press conference and I was like, oh, that means a lot to him. Like, it's not going to work out, but like, it's really cool that he's like here. Mike McCarthy is a
I knew he was going to say
Pittsburgh
Mike
Steelers head
McCarthy.
coach.
Dude, he was so emotional.
Well, I get it. He grew up in Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
His dad was like a firefighter and
Blue
a
collar.
police
All right.
officer. He is a blue collar man.
Makes a lot of sense.
His family like owned a bar in Pittsburgh. Like that. They are from there.
Right man for the job, then. Damn.
And
at least city wise. Maybe not
I
coaching.
he's 62, man, and I guess if you want to shift your culture to offense, that's fine. And I guess this kind of opens the door for Rodgers to come back, but it's just like uninspiring and
Another move that just really doesn't move the needle for me.
it doesn't move the needle for me.
Yeah.
It does not move the needle for me. Look, 18 seasons, he's only had a losing record 5 times. That's something. And I saw people like kind of throwing around a bunch of resumes of guys that have won 1 Super Bowl, and McCarthy's like very similar, like record wise, to like Mike Tomlin, who's won 1 Super Bowl, Sean Payton, who has won 1 Super Bowl, John
Okay.
Harbaugh, who is like the hottest coach this cycle. He has only won 1 Super Bowl. McCarthy has done the exact same thing. He just does not have as good of a PR team apparently because everybody hates Mike McCarthy. But yeah, man, I mean it'd be nostalgic to see Rodgers and McCarthy again, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Doesn't do much for me. You
Me
guys, what do you think?
That's another like C.
C, yeah, it's a
C minus,
C for
honestly.
McCarthy
Yeah,
and
just all of these are.
Yeah. Again, it means a lot and everything. It's emotional. There's the similarities, like you said, mainly to Mike Tomlin. Like, why are we trading Mike Tomlin for Mike McCarthy when literally we could have just had Mike Tomlin still? Because it's like, if we're just gonna get the same results, 10-7, 9-8, but then first round exit, it's like, what are we doing? Because I think it's like, from what I was seeing on the sports media shows, like, it's the Rooneys that own the Steelers, right? Like, they don't want to rebuild. They want to like stay.
No, they refuse to bottom out.
They refuse, yeah.
Yep.
They will be fine with being a 500 team.
Yeah, so it's
every
like,
year.
that screws you, because unless you trade multiple firsts for the next year to get a high pick, you're not going to get a QB, which sucks because,
They have to luck into They have to luck into getting a QB.
I mean, they'll
I
be
guess
like
if
maybe
Rodgers
18, pick
Trading
18 to
for
like
one, I guess.
21 or something like that. But it's like it's gonna be tough. Like they had their pick. They had their pick with Shador last year, and they didn't take it.
or Jackson Dart
Yeah.
was available
Yeah,
at their
Dart
pick.
was
They
available.
could
Yeah.
have got- Years
It's
ago,
like
they
they
could have
went
drafted Jalen
old
Hurts,
man
who was the
Rodgers.
second round pick, right? You know, that was available. Wasn't Tyler Shuck a second round pick? They could have drafted him.
Yep.
Yep.
I guess it's Aaron Rodgers, and if that doesn't work out, if he just retires, then you could go
I mean,
like
they're
Malik Willis
yeah.
or
That's what I
something.
was
I
saying.
don't
Malik
know.
Willis might be
guess,
the
yeah.
best option on
Which-
the market.
Did show pretty well for the Packers when he played, honestly.
Yeah.
Or Kyler.
Or Kyler.
Kyler
Wonder
would
where
be.
he's gonna end up, man. Damn.
He could just be back if you know.
Maybe.
We'll see.
I think they should give Brissett a shot, honestly, with the way that he had that team going at the end of the year. They just don't have defense.
All right. What's
No, they don't.
what's the next team? Because
Jesse Minter for the Ravens. A+.
A.
It's great. It's awesome.
I'm happy.
This is
for
what you need
Jesse.
to do.
I am happy
Yeah.
for. I wanted to get right straight. I am happy for Jesse Minter. He deserves it. I'm just more mad we wasted 2 years of one of the best DCs in the league with a Greg Roman offense. That is what frustrates me. And it's like, damn it! If only we got
No, it's really
other
tough.
than
Like
Greg Roman. If we had a middle
like
of the
you said
pack
in the
offense,
group chat.
yeah,
Mhm.
I know I went off
Like
just
you
because
said
I was
in the
mad.
group chat, it's just like, and I agree with you totally. Like, it sucks to see you guys have a top 5 defense and then be a shitty offense, and then it's gonna reverse.
Yeah,
It's
that's what it was.
Well,
Herbert's rookie year, and with Staley,
I know,
it was
it might not.
offense was great, or like at least middle of
Right.
the pack. Defense could not stop a Colt.
can never get both. Yeah, it's
And
it's
I mean, the
brutal.
year we did have both, we didn't even make the playoffs. Like it was 2008 or something like that.
True.
I don't think it's possible for a Jim Harbaugh team to have a bad defense. Like I think that you guys will have a
I
enough
overreacted
defense.
just because I'm not
That's
used
true.
to any of our coordinators leaving for a head coaching job. So I was mad we finally had a good coordinator, then he left. But I was like, there's 10 head coach openings. There's no way he doesn't get a job. That was just
Yeah.
if there was like
Yeah.
4, I think he would have survived, but there was 10. So I was like, great, he's probably gone. So I'm lucky we got the OC we got, which
Great
we will
move
get
for
to later.
Baltimore. They had a
Yeah.
horrible defense this year, obviously, and they have a lot of good guys. I don't know. It's just they were bad, man.
Hey, but
Yeah,
if it ends up not working out, come on back. Come on back.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's always that. Yeah, I give it an A, man. I think this is what you're supposed to do when you
Plus,
have a
he was in their
job opening
system.
for a high.
He was in their system with
Go
John to
get-
begin with.
Yeah, go get the young hot shot coordinator that's on the market, and he was one of them this cycle. He's only 42.
He's
think-
young and for coaches. He's young for coaches.
It's pretty
He's like 42, which is young for coaching. This is what you do. And I mean, you're going to see a common theme with these last couple ones we're going to talk about because, again, younger, hot shot coordinators take a shot, man. I love it for the Ravens. And I was very surprised on how much I think it's kind of the overall staff they're building for the Tennessee Titans. But Robert Saleh and then Brian Daboll running this team. Dayball's running the offense and Saleh running the defense. This is literally like Madden franchise, and they're just like, all right, let's do it, man. We're gonna rebuild the Titans. I really
remember
like
the
the Robert
Titans.
Saleh highlight. I would give it an A, and I know that he wasn't good with the Jets, but
It's the Jets.
we just saw Sam Darnold go to the Super Bowl, so
But
I'm gonna take everything with
what
like
did he do
a
this year with a completely injury riddled, don't even know who their names are, secondary with the Niners, man. I mean, what they did this year with literally no names, bro. There are so many names I could not tell you who those guys were. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And he did a great job. He deserved it.
I mean, I think
I agree. I think those are both good hires.
Dable being under Cam Ward will be good for him because, as we saw with Dable when he was an OC with Josh Allen blossomed into the elite quarterback he is now, I'd say. So I think Cam Ward being under him is going to be
As
good
well as
for his
spending time with
development.
Jackson Dart too.
Yeah.
Same thing. A young quarterback.
So I think it's going to work
Yeah.
out. And Saleh loves his players, so defense, I think they're going to ride for him. And that, for me now, knowing how the AFC South has tormented me, in the next year or so, we will lose in the first round to the Tennessee Titans. So the agenda is still on, ladies and gentlemen. All we need to do now is lose to the Colts and the Titans to complete the cycle.
Jeez.
Oh my goodness. Okay. The Miami Dolphins, Jeff Hafley, again, a young defensive coordinator, comes into Miami. He coordinated the Packers defense, which was top 5. Basically, his first season there, and then they probably would have duplicated that if Micah didn't get hurt. They were very good, and then they kind of fell off once Micah was gone. Again, this is one of those hires I'm like, I want to see who coaches the offense. I don't know who the OC is going to be, or maybe I just missed it and they already hired one. But again,
I don't think so.
go get the young dudes to be your head coaches. They resonate with players better. They're up to date with modern football. I like the Jeff Hafley hire. I'd give this one an A as well.
I give it a B+. Defense, I think they needed to get right because the defense down there in Miami hasn't been great the last few years. So I think it's a good step in the right direction. But yeah, it's going to be offense for me, and I'm really interested to see what they do with obviously free agency, but like what they're going to do with their first overall pick. Obviously, I think they're going to go defense. I think they should. Or,
Probably.
unless you're lucky enough to have one of those QBs fall to you, but we'll see.
There's only one this year, my friend.
Yeah, and
They
he's
gotta
going
figure it out
one.
with
He's going number 1.
they gotta
he's
figure it
probably
out
gonna
with Tua, and everything. Like
he's
Or
probably
just
gonna.
Malik Willis, That's
Or-
gonna be everybody's
yeah.
answer this offseason.
All right.
yeah, no, they gotta bring in a good OC for sure.
Atlanta, Kevin Stefanski.
I called this one.
I think it's
I
like
give it a B.
Yeah, Jared Gold.
Like right as
Yeah,
you
I'll say
said,
B.
he got fired. I was like, he's such a Falcons head coach, and here we are, ladies and gentlemen.
As long as
fit?
he gets the most out of Bijan,
Dude, that's what I was saying.
That's all I
like
care
the
about.
offensive staff he has there. Pitts is probably going to be gone, probably unless they bring him back. Like London,
Future Bronco,
Bijan, and then
They should bring it back after how
I
it
think
started
franchise
getting
tag
going,
him.
honestly, with
Just
their-
franchise tag him for a year or whatnot. Probably is what they're gonna do. Maybe I don't know.
You're probably
just to
right.
see if they can still have that unlocked version of this year. Yeah.
The only problem is, man, it's just like who your quarterback is going to be.
Kirk Cousins.
I think
Kirk Cousins.
I was going to say I think Kirk
Cousins.
Cousins kind of feels like a Kevin Stefanski quarterback.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
what I was
And
thinking.
Penix, who knows how long he's going to be hurt. Penix is an easier shot. I'd give it a B as well, boys. Okay, the New York Giants hired John Harbaugh. This was the first hire of the cycle. They did it very quickly.
We all saw it coming.
I'm going to give it a B. Look, I think it could be better. I think they would have been better off going getting one of the young guys just because,
It's an interesting choice for a young team with a young core to bring in a veteran coach like that. And I
Harbaugh's
understand
older
a
than you
little
think,
bit.
man. He's like in his
No,
60s.
he's old, bro. Dude has gray
Yeah.
hair. Like he's old.
He's old, man.
I think I said you need.
I think it's a nice hire, but Jared's about to say it probably too. You know,
needed an adult in the room. You needed stability and whatnot, and I think John kind of brings that stability. Because the last few coaches they've had, everything's gone off the rails. After maybe the first year, where first year shows promise, and then everything else just falls apart. So, I know he wanted Ton Munkin.
it's kind of a toss up.
Yeah, he wanted Ton Munkin
It's
to
kind
come
of a toss
with
up
him
just
to,
because sorry, go ahead.
He wanted Munkin to come be his OC in New York, and before he got the Browns job. So we're gonna have to see who the OC for that is. But
kind of a toss-up. Just like, do you want a veteran coach bring in with a young core, or do you want a young guy to fit with a young core, and kind of go and improve with them? I guess be with them, but like you got a guy that comes in with experience, he knows how to win, been to a Super Bowl. I don't, it's a B plus maybe.
Again, like, I talked about like the kind of the like, how do I put this? Like the McCarthy comparisons. And if the Giants hired Mike McCarthy, everyone would be like, "This is the worst hire ever."
They
And
would have
they're
been
like the
pissed.
exact same coach. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't know. I give it a B. I just think it's kind of uninspiring, and I don't know. You
There's
got the
just
lesson.
something about
You got
John
the lesson
Harbaugh
two
to
brothers, in
people.
my opinion. So
Yeah.
you got the
Mhm.
like. He's a special teams coordinator. Like, I don't know. I guess you get an adult in the room. You're right, Jared, about that. I give it a B. I give it a B. And
Maybe
that's all
helps
of them, boys.
them not be so wild, because man, those
Yeah.
that young core in New York, they're pretty crazy, bro. Like next year, Scat and Dart, and I
Yeah,
mean,
they
it's gonna
they
be
need
fun,
to
but
they need
they
to grow
definitely
up.
need that guy. Yeah.
Jared, how much time do you got before you got to go?
I've got 15 minutes.
Okay.
Oh shoot. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, really quickly before we make our Super Bowl predictions, I just want to speak for all of us when I say it's complete BS that Bill Belichick is not a first ballot Hall of Famer, because people are in their feelings and people have agendas, and I think the voters should have to revoke their vote. I think they should have to give that up to people who actually know football. It's stupid just because they're salty that he beat them in their playing career and stuff like that.
Absolute
So
bull
yeah,
crap.
that's bull crap. Just wanted to touch on it really quickly.
He's 100%
Okay, guys.
a first ballot. Yeah.
I guess
He's the greatest football coach of all.
I guess since I have a little bit of time, I do want to talk about Mike McDaniel being my OC now officially.
Oh yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
I am happy we got him because usually I'm not used to the Chargers going for the top coordinator out there on the market. I legit thought we were getting Arthur Smith. I legit was like,
I'm sorry.
it's gonna be Arthur Smith, and we're gonna have to deal with it. So, but then no, we got it done. I mean, there was a little bit of fear there that like, what if the Raiders hire him because one, they don't want to wait for Kubiak because it's gonna take too long because they're in the Super Bowl, and they would say one, well, if he's the Chargers coordinator, we could steal him and whatnot, and it's just like I would have been so pissed that we wouldn't have had McDaniel and or Minter. So, but now we have that figured out. And opening quote on Pat McAfee show, I just kind of dressed because you need clothes. Like, dude, oh my god. I mean, we might only have
I'm
him
gonna be
for
real,
a year.
There's
dude.
gonna be
You
some
guys have like the
funny
weirdest.
times with him for sure.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm happy we
He's
have
a
him,
very
but
interesting coach.
I'm trying to be real because it's like if we're really really hot offensively, like top 5 offense, he's gonna be a head coach next year. So we might only have him for like a year. So which is why I was hoping Minter would come back for one more, because then I'd be like, this is our best shot. We have the probably best 3 coordinators for offense and defense, and then we have a decent special teams coordinator in Ryan Ficken. So it's like all 3 phases would be like it's decent at worst. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're
Who's your guys' DC?
we don't haven't
They
named
haven't
one
hired
yet.
one yet.
I saw
Okay, I
Rap
thought so.
Sheet.
Okay.
We requested to interview somebody from the Broncos. His last name's Leonard. Passing game.
Our
coordinator.
defensive passing game coordinator. Yeah.
I would not be
Interesting.
against
I
it.
didn't even know that was a
I wouldn't be
position.
against it just because one,
There's rumor. So
the Bills want him
yeah,
too. That's what I
he's
saw.
also in contention. He's for the Bills, and also if Vance Joseph were to leave, the Broncos would try to elevate him to our defensive coordinator, which we'll see. But yeah, so
Yeah, because
all that'll play out, and we'll talk about it soon when it happens.
and we've interviewed a couple guys in house too, because there's also the fear it's like who's going with Minter to Baltimore and whatnot, because we know he's going to take 1 or 2 guys So I'd hate if they took our defensive line
Probably, yeah.
coach, but is what it is. It's just I don't think we're gonna. I mean, I'm not thinking we're gonna be as great a defense as we were the last 2 years because it's gonna be a little bit of a drop off. I'm afraid of going back
Still got
to
the guys though.
I'm afraid of going back to the Brandon Staley defense where we were bottom 5 and everything. That is what I'm afraid of. Be like top 10 or like
I don't
middle
expect
of
you
the
guys
pack.
to get that far down. Yeah.
Because if we go back to that, I'm going to have probably the biggest crash out of my life if we have a top 5 offense and then a bottom 5 defense again. Like I'm just gonna crash out.
You still have the personnel, in my opinion, to
Yeah.
still be a good defense for sure.
Yeah, because now with the McDaniel hire, the floor is you need to win a playoff game, and anything other than that, everything's just going to be burnt to the ground at that point if we do not win a playoff game this next year.
And the cycle repeats. We're back.
Because now it's
We're
like
back.
the offense should be good enough to go, and it's like, and if Justin doesn't perform well, again, then yes, we're going to need to have a conversation. Because I am genuinely concerned, but now he has a great coordinator, so the excuses are done, and I'm scared for Justin if he does not put it together.
Dude. I can't
Daniel's
wait for the
about to
top
be faded off his ass in Cali, bro. I'll just tell you that right now.
You know he is.
My
man.
goodness.
You're gonna be like, you see this patch of
You-
grass? Yeah, you're gonna throw it there. You know, the part where the white lines creates a rectangle in the yeah, you're gonna throw it there. Like,
Bro, you be saying such random stuff, dude. Oh, man.
I'm just gonna find any
Yeah,
clips on
I-
YouTube of H2O Delirious when he says random quotes and be like, yeah, that's Mike McDaniel. 100%.
Yeah.
Literally.
All right, well, Super Bowl pick time.
I think we all know
Yeah.
where we're going.
So
Yeah.
I think we do. Can't really have an upset alert segment this
Yeah.
week, boys. Seattle. The Seattle Seahawks and the New England Patriots face off in Super Bowl.
60.
What Super Bowl?
60?
This is 60?
Yep.
60?
Wow.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Super Bowl 60. Seattle comes in as
game
4.5 point favorites.
60. Damn.
4.5 according to DraftKings. The over-under is 45.5. Boys, that line,
That line should be bigger, in my opinion, actually.
you think it should be bigger? I just feel like New England's going to make it a field goal
They
game.
somehow will figure out a way to keep it low scoring. I don't know how, but yeah. I don't know. They've
I
been
don't know,
doing it
man.
all playoffs.
I'm going to, dude. So here's the deal. If Drake May plays a good football game for the first time in his postseason career, I think the Patriots probably win this game. I'm going to bet against that. I'm going to take Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks. I'm done doubting. I was going to say when you were talking about the Chargers, Jared, I can't wait for the offseason top 10 quarterback list when Sam Darnold wins a Super Bowl and then people are going to put him in front of Justin Herbert and it's just going to be like insane. But
Crazy.
Sam Darnold is approaching that territory, man. If he performs
yeah,
that
no,
well
he
in the
cements
playoffs
himself
and he
for
wins
sure.
the Super Bowl, Darnold is solidified in the top 10. He just is. And it looks better than Jalen Hurts did, by the way.
Yes, 100%.
Hell yeah.
Seattle has the better roster. Call the coaching a toss-up. Drake May is the better quarterback, probably, question mark? I don't know. He hasn't played better recently.
I'll say I don't know, man. In his postseason performances, I really don't know if I could
He's
say that
just
because
done
Sam
enough.
Darnold just threw the hell out of the ball.
Yeah, I'm gonna be
be
honest.
fair, we
I
have a
don't
bad
I don't
secondary,
think Christian
but-
Gonzalez can stop JSN. I don't think anybody can stop JSN.
I was just going to say,
You might need to go
that
get Ed-
matchup right
crazy on
there, that matchup right there is going to decide the Super Bowl. Christian
Mhm.
Gonzalez versus JSN. And I'm always going to pick the receiver.
Yeah, I'm picking
So-
JSN for sure. I'm going Seahawks as well. I don't see them upsetting them, I guess if you would say. But yeah, I don't know. I don't like what I've seen from Drake May that much. I feel like they kind of just stumbled into this game. and got to where they are. Not to say he didn't run the ball well and play like pretty well, but yeah, they went through some of the toughest defenses in the NFL. I'll give them that. Every single game in the playoffs, they had to play a top 5 defense. So, that's legit. But yeah, I see the Seahawks probably putting up 30 on them, honestly.
Yeah. Give me the Seahawks. It's not really upset. It's more of a revenge game for Seattle. It's just when you get to the 1-yard
Yeah.
line, are you going to make the
Dude,
correct
I
decision?
can't
Are you
wait.
going to
Run the
make the
ball.
right?
I can't wait.
Run the ball.
I can't wait to say the same clip 50 times in the
Dude,
next
seriously,
week. It's
I
gonna
was
be
just gonna
so
say the
awesome.
same thing,
So
bro.
watch
Oh
the
my
same
gosh.
interception.
They're gonna be
That was
comparing
probably
it over and
the same
over.
interception over and over. That was probably a pass interference, by the way. Over and over and over.
Yeah, no one talks about that. It was probably PI. Yeah.
It's probably PI.
Hey,
He
give
dropped
me,
him. He intercepted the ball.
give me Seattle. JSN is Super Bowl
Yeah.
MVP. That
I
is
was.
my
That's
prediction.
I like
the other
that.
thing I was going to ask. I was going to say, who do you guys think MVP is going to be?
JSN.
Are we all
If
just
it's
going to
not
say
him,
JSN?
it's Darnold.
Usually they give it to the
Unless
quarterback,
Kenneth
but
Walker goes crazy.
maybe.
Dude, if Sam Darnold wins a Super Bowl MVP before the rest of his draft class is crazy.
Yeah, they do usually give it to the quarterback, which would make a lot of sense. If he throws anything close to what he just threw against us, there's no way he's not winning that.
True.
I'm gonna give it to JSN, dude.
Patriots defense is better than us, though, so we'll see.
Is it?
I feel like it is. It
Dude,
feels
they
like
played-
it should
The problem
be.
is I don't know if their defense is good. Because like
They're
they
so up and
played
down.
they played the Chargers offensive line, which is terrible. Then they played CJ Stroud, who is terrible. And then
Also,
they
they
played
played a
Jared
backup-
Stidham
yeah,
for
backup
the
QB.
line as
first
well,
2
too.
years.
Yeah, but then the
And then
Broncos.
they played Jared Stidham. So like I don't know if I don't know.
Yeah, no, it's been a real fluke of a run, in my opinion, honestly.
We'll see.
We'll see. We're
Alrighty.
all going
We're all taking
Seahawks, though.
Seattle.
Yeah.
Alrighty. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's
All right.
going to do it.
Go 12s, I guess.
Our next episode will be our reaction to the Super Bowl and our final grades to all 32 teams. We'll obviously probably look into off-season as well. And then it'll be time for MLB Division Profiles.
Baseball season.
We're back to
Dang.
that.
It's just crazy. We're just like skipping over basketball.
It's crazy
season
how it
this
just
year.
like goes.
We're
We haven't
just
even like talked
over
NBA yet.
baseball
I
season.
know. And March
Uh,
Madness is gonna be coming up.
Oh, we're doing a
man.
bracket.
Oh,
We're
dude, I
doing a
can't wait for our
bracket for March.
bracket.
Yes, it's going to be
mock
great.
draft season, NFL mock draft season is here. Oh, I cannot wait to fill out 57 mock drafts. It's going to be so good.
I
And you know
can't.
what's sad, boys? There's an alternate universe where I'm screaming about the Broncos and picking the Broncos right now and arguing with you guys, and we don't get to have that. The time of possession Super Bowl. Oh, we could have had it. We could have had Broncos Rams. Oh, would have been.
Dude, I
would've been
know. I
amazing.
was literally thinking that Sunday morning. I was like, we both win today. Me and Ryan against each other. Oh my gosh.
That would have been absolute cinema.
Hey,
And
it's-
instead,
for the
it's
pod.
okay. We're going to have it
Seattle's
next
going to
season.
kill New England.
We're going to have it next season
Yep.
when we all play each other. So,
When we all play each other in the Super Bowl, all three
no,
of our
in the
teams,
regular season.
they're
In the regular season, we're all going to have
Oh,
games against each other.
Oh, true, yeah.
Yeah, we do play
Let's
each
see
other
us,
now.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, one week, I'm opping with
So we may have
Tyler.
to
The
pop
other
out.
week, Ryan's opping with Tyler. Then 2 times a year, always, is me and Ryan. So,
We might have to go to one of those games.
well, we'll see. I think the Rams go
Ooh.
to Denver, though. I think the Rams go to Denver.
Ooh,
So, Tyler,
damn.
you and me, we're going to
I'll
go to
be
the
back in
Chargers-Rams
California.
game. And then I'll have to tell you to shut
That's cool.
up
I'll-
every time Rams house
Yeah,
gets
then I don't
shouted.
have to go, guys. Cool.
Because they
Cool.
shout it like 50
I don't have
times
to
a
go. That's
game.
cool.
Oh my gosh. All right. Anyway, that was this episode of Time of Possession, Super Bowl 60. Let's hope it's a good one. Though if it's a massacring of the Patriots, I wouldn't be against it. Ryan, Tyler, and Jared, we will see you guys in the next one.